In this video, we'll be going over the 5 hottest NVIDIA news stories of the week. Pelosi's strategic NVIDIA investment, Huang's humble beginnings, EU's chip supply concerns, Musk's massive supercomputer plans, and the origins of generative AI. Let's dive into our first story. Nancy Pelosi is buying up NVIDIA stock again. The former Speaker of the House purchased 10,000 shares of NVIDIA, worth between $1 million and $5 million. She's also bought call options on Broadcom, another chip maker, valued at a similar amount. Now, I've got to say, Pelosi's got some serious investment game. She's been profiting big from NVIDIA in the past, with her and her husband raking in almost $4 million from NVIDIA call options as of May. Talk about knowing where to put your money. NVIDIA has been one of the biggest winners in the stock market this year, with its stock up 154% year to date. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't this a bit sketchy? After all, Pelosi's in a pretty high-profile position. Well, she's faced some criticism for allegedly profiting off potential inside information due to her role. There was that whole thing with her trading NVIDIA shares while the Chips and Science Act was being discussed in the House. But here's the kicker. She's never been formally reprimanded for her or her husband's investments. Pelosi claims she doesn't share stock tips or inside information with her husband, but man, the timing of some of these trades has raised a few eyebrows. I mean, she's one of the most profitable public elected officials on record when it comes to stock trading. Coincidence? You be the judge. Now let's move on to our second story, which gives us a glimpse into the humble beginnings of NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang. Before co-founding NVIDIA, Huang worked as a teenage busboy at Denny's. And get this, it was in a booth at that very same Denny's where he once cleared tables, washed dishes, and cleaned toilets that he and his co-founders conceived the idea for NVIDIA. Huang shared this tidbit during an interview at Stanford's Graduate School of Business in March. He said, "To me, no task is beneath me because, remember, I used to be a dishwasher. I used to clean toilets. I cleaned a lot of toilets. That's a level of humility you don't often see in tech CEOs. Elon Musk even chimed in on this, tweeting, "Absolutely the right attitude. During the toilet paper shortages in COVID, I was making sure that our factories and offices had toilet paper." Now, that's what I call leading by example. Huang believes these humble beginnings still shape the type of business leader he is today. He's known for being a hands-on boss, with some employees calling him demanding and a perfectionist. He asks employees across the company to email him each week with the 5 most important things they're working on. And get this, he sometimes even strolls up to employees' desks to ask them how projects are going and weigh in with suggestions. Now, let's shift gears to our third story, which brings us to the European Union and some concerns about NVIDIA's dominance in the AI chip market. Margrethe Vestager, the EU competition chief, has warned of a huge bottleneck in NVIDIA AI chip supply. Vestager clarified that while they've been asking NVIDIA questions, it's still really preliminary and wouldn't tick the box of being regulatory action. It's like they're dipping their toes in the water, but they're not quite ready to dive in yet. NVIDIA has become the biggest beneficiary of the artificial intelligence spending boom. Their graphics processing units, or GPUs, are like the golden tickets of the tech world right now. Get this, NVIDIA's in-demand H100 processing units have helped them gain a market share of above 80%, according to estimates. They're leaving competitors like Intel and Advanced Micro Devices in the dust. But Vestager isn't all doom and gloom about this situation. She actually thinks that secondary markets in the supply of AI chips could help spark innovation and fair competition. However, she did drop a little warning for NVIDIA, saying that companies with dominant positions could face certain restrictions on their behavior in the future. All right, let's move on to our fourth story. Elon Musk is planning to build not 1, but 2 massive supercomputers powered by NVIDIA GPUs. Tesla is expanding its Texas Gigafactory to house a cutting-edge AI supercomputer cluster with 50,000 NVIDIA GPUs. Musk is also working on another multi-billion-dollar supercomputer cluster for xAI, his artificial intelligence startup, with an initial order of 100,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs. They're even planning to upgrade the system to 300,000 NVIDIA B200 GPUs by next summer. That's a lot of processing power, folks. Both of these supercomputer projects will be cooled by solutions provided by Supermicro Inc. Charles Liang, the founder and CEO of Supermicro, is aiming to increase the adoption of direct liquid cooling in data centers from less than 1% to over 30% within a year. Now, here's a juicy bit of drama for you. There are reports suggesting that the XAI supercomputer project has taken priority over the Tesla one. Apparently, Musk redirected thousands of NVIDIA GPUs originally destined for Tesla to XAI instead. Finally, let's wrap up with our fifth story, which takes us back to the roots of the generative AI revolution. NVIDIA's GauGAN demo, which powers the NVIDIA Canvas app, played a crucial role in setting the scene for the new wave of generative AI apps that are supercharging creative workflows. GauGAN uses a type of AI called generative adversarial networks, or GANs for short. GANs work by having two neural networks compete against each other. One network tries to create realistic-looking images, while the other tries to tell the difference between what's real and what's generated. The NVIDIA Canvas app, powered by GauGAN, uses this technology to turn simple brushstrokes into realistic landscapes. You can start by sketching simple lines and shapes, and the AI model generates the enhanced image in real time. It's like having a professional artist finishing your doodles for you. And that brings us to the end of our NVIDIA News Roundup for the week. From Nancy Pelosi's strategic investments to Elon Musk's supercomputer plans, and from Jensen Huang's humble beginnings to the roots of generative AI, it's been a week full of fascinating developments in the world of NVIDIA. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you that none of this is investment advice. Always do your own research before making any financial decisions. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, why not hit that subscribe button? I'd also love to hear from you in the comments. Which story did you find most interesting? Let me know.